And we begin with breaking news. The federal government shutdown in its 40th day looks to be hours away from ending. Several Democrats joined with the Republican majority, and they voted tonight to advance a funding bill that would reopen the federal government. Thank you for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Troy Hayden. The vote comes after the Senate reached a bipartisan agreement to fund the government until the end of January. Part of the agreement reportedly includes a promise of a later vote in December extending health care subsidies. That's what the vote would be on. Democrats have been pushing the Trump administration to extend those subsidies for a year to prevent health care premiums from increasing as those COVID-era subsidies expire. It also includes assurances that federal workers who were recently laid off will be brought back on, and it ensures SNAP or food stamp benefits are fully funded until the end of September of 2026. Tonight's deal comes after another day of travel challenges across the country because of the shutdown. Thousands of flights impacted across the country. According to FlightAware, Sky Harbor Airport experienced well over 100 cancellations and 400 delays. 12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra has been speaking with travelers, and I'm sure they're going to be happy to hear that the shutdown may be over, but it didn't help them today, Gabby.
Yeah, a lot of them were just getting that news as they were getting off of their planes that were well delayed today. Everyone we spoke with was impacted in some capacity, whether it was just a short 30-minute delay or a full cancellation. Even now, close to 10:30 here in Terminal 4, there's still a lot of movement. People just now going through TSA checkpoints, or I could see ahead of me just now getting off of their flights. But everyone we spoke with is ready for this government shutdown to end.
Not really going the way it's supposed to.
A day of travel turmoil left thousands of passengers reconfiguring future plans.
Kind of knew it might happen. We just wish it didn't happen to you.
Some passengers stopped in their tracks by canceled flights.
Once I got here, my phone reconnected to the internet and found out that my flight to LAX had been canceled, so that was a little frustrating.
Others hopeful delays don't get any longer.
We've gotten 2 delays, so now it's 11:57 is our estimated departure time.
Addison Oliver is trying to make it to Oklahoma. She and many other people around her are making themselves comfortable in Terminal 4 while they wait longer than expected.
It's definitely tough on everyone, I'm sure. I've seen a ton of people camped out up here.
Others are forced to come back tomorrow.
They told me the flight was canceled, and they said, we're going to try to get you on the flight for standby. Didn't happen, flight was full.
Between flight status updates, these travelers are just learning an end to the government shutdown could be in sight.
I'm hopeful for it.
Many tell me they're frustrated with the shutdown's impact on the public.
We need the government, we need the people that we voted for to work together to keep the country running in the capacities that we voted for them to do.
Others want federal employees to start getting paid again.
Hey, everybody. There's no reason why the United States should be going through this, because the government, both parties don't want to come to a deal. Extend your hand across the aisle, and let's get these things worked out so the American people can get back to their normal lives.
The travelers I was speaking to told me that although the government shutdown could be ending soon, they fear residual impacts from the flight reductions could last well beyond the shutdown. They're hoping that all operations are back to normal by Thanksgiving travel. Live at Sky Harbor, Gabriela Becerra, 12 News.
Yeah, many of those institutions and travel and everything expected to take several days after this deal is done. Thank you, Gabby. Still more work ahead before the government can fully reopen. A final Senate vote on the funding package will happen. Then the House has to approve that deal, and then it has to get to President Trump's desk where he will need to sign it. Still, some Arizona officials are concerned that there's no guarantee that they will get the health care coverage and the premiums brought down the way they want. Senator Mark Kelly is one of them. He voted against the measure that passed tonight. So he said in part, quote, families shouldn't have to choose between putting food on the table and their health care. The ending of those COVID-era federal subsidies for health care coverage at the heart of the Democratic lawmakers' complaints. Senator Ruben Gallego, also a Democrat, echoed that sentiment, saying, quote, I will not turn my back on the 24 million Americans who will see their premiums more than double if we don't extend these tax credits. He also voted no on this deal. So we'll have much more coverage on the voting and the government possibly reopening online and tomorrow morning on Today in AZ. We're working to learn what led to a triple shooting this morning that left one person dead and 2 others injured. Happened about 5 near 27th Avenue in McDowell. Police say there's no current danger to the community after the shooting, but we still don't know who was involved or how they knew each other or what led to the violence. Another shooting, this one in a neighborhood near 40th Street in Thunderbird. Police were already in the area investigating a burglary around 9 a.m. They got a second call, a homeowner apparently opening fire on a suspect who had forced his way inside their home. Neighbors told us what they saw.
He was going around in the house behind us, went through their backyard, got a few gates broken into, and then even on the other side they were saying, "Are you looking for this guy?" Or he came into our house too, or tried to anyways, so it just seemed like he was going from house to house. It's kind of crazy, you know, that he would go in broad daylight, go into the house, especially in a neighborhood that has a lot of guns, it seems, so it's just kind of...
Were taken to the hospital with injuries. Police identify a motorcyclist killed in a crash in Peoria this morning. He was 70-year-old Michael Bianco, riding his motorcycle just before 7 near Grand Avenue in Peoria. And you can see that was a violent crash there. Crashed with another car, taken to the hospital, but later died from his injuries. We don't know what led to that crash. Police saying impairment does not appear to be a factor in it. Police are still looking for drivers involved in a hit and run that killed someone walking in Northwest Phoenix. A man fell into the road as he was walking across it in the area of 35th Avenue in Dunlap about 10 o'clock last night. And while he was laying on the ground, multiple cars ran over him, and none of those drivers stayed on the scene. If you have any information about what happened, you're asked to contact Phoenix Police. A military memorial service at the Mesa Cemetery this morning honoring 23 British cadets and one American pilot who were killed in air accidents while Falcon Field was serving as a training facility for fighter pilots during World War II.
I am reminded that the sacrifices of those young pilots are not confined to history. They set a standard that continues to inspire all of those that serve. Their courage reminds us that excellence and teamwork are not optional, they are essential.
In the 1940s, more than 2,300 British cadets trained as pilots at Mesa's Falcon Field to move training away from the dangers of the poor weather in the UK and also German bombing at the time. An Arizona lake holds a mystery. Fish are living to be 100 years old, and scientists don't know why. 12 News journalist Kyle Simchuk tagged along with a catch and release as researchers try to unlock this secret.
Apache Lake, a remote reservoir carved into the Superstition Mountains, holds something extraordinary. Something that could rewrite what we know about aging, longevity, and the resilience of life itself. Swimming in these waters are some of the oldest living vertebrates on the planet. They've survived world wars, the Great Depression, the Atomic Age, and the dawn of the Internet. They are buffalo fish, and many of them are over 100 years old.
And previously they were only thought to live like 10 to 20 years, but now we know they can live well over 100. They're just fascinating.
Dr. Alec Lackman is a research professional at the University of Minnesota Duluth. His groundbreaking work on buffalo fish, which are native to North America but not Arizona, stunned the scientific community and fishermen alike.
They accrue these spots, these black and orange spots, with age. And then later we also ended up finding that they're one of the longest lived freshwater fish species in the world.
But Dr. Lackman's research in Minnesota was just the beginning. In 2021, he received an email that would lead him to Arizona and Apache Lake.
Rub the belly, pat her on the side.
Stuart Black is what you might call a citizen scientist, an angler with a passion for buffalo fish and a network of dedicated friends who share his obsession.
But buffalo fish never really been on the angling radar here in Arizona. We've been catching the buffalo fish here for probably 3 or 4 years. And then I read Alec's amazing groundbreaking study in 2021. He mentioned about these specific markings and spottings on these really, really ancient old fish. And I thought, we've got the same markings on our fish. Literally within an hour of the email being sent, we had plans for a research project out here.
To confirm their exact age, Lackman needed to look at their otoliths, or ear stones, which are responsible for the fish's sense of balance and spatial orientation.
It's just like aging a tree, where you count the growth rings. Fish are cold-blooded, so every cold season they go through, their metabolism slows way down, and it leaves a mark in that structure.
But studying their otoliths and proving their true age came at a cost.
We hate killing fish, right? We like to catch them for fun, put them back, and hopefully catch them when they get bigger.
23 Apache Lake buffalo fish were sacrificed for science that year. Their otoliths were removed and studied, and the fish, well, they were fried up.
And little did we know that we were actually eating 100-year-old fish. And I gotta say, you would never know. They were amazing.
The results of the study were also amazing. More than 90% of the buffalo fish caught and studied were over 80 years old. The oldest found in Apache Lake was a 108-year-old black buffalo fish.
I feel like my anglers are the buffalo soldiers here. We are here to protect the buffalo fish. The original 420 that were in Roosevelt, there's some still alive today, like buffalo gill. From the 30s, we had commercial fishermen fishing Roosevelt Lake, and Saguaro and Canyon to a little bit, but not so much Apache. The Apache Trail, it made fishing and accessing Apache difficult. So it's kind of like a little Jurassic Park here, I like to call it. It's forgotten, it's enclosed, it's remote.
Since that first sampling in 2021, Stewart and his fellow anglers have shifted to entirely non-lethal research. They catch the fish, photograph their unique markings, take a clip of their fin and samples of their protective slime, then release them, building a database of individual fish they can track over time.
We have one fish, his name is Bond, and he's been caught 6 times, and he's still swimming out here right now. We might catch him tomorrow, and it'll be the 7th time.
They aren't just living long lives, they're thriving in ways that challenge everything we thought we knew about aging.
These fish are still advancing into prime condition. They're getting better with age as they're approaching 100 years old. Relative to those younger, like 20 to 30-year-old fish, a 100-year-old bigmouth buffalo is more healthy than those younger ones.
They may provide secrets to greater skin care. They may have, who knows, the secrets to fighting cancer. And that's why I call this project $1 Trillion Slime. We don't know what we can pull out of this project.
Stewart and his team, who call themselves the Buffalo Soldiers, are now fighting to protect these fish, but it's complicated. Currently, there are no special protections for buffalo fish in Arizona, and they can be taken in unlimited numbers.
What I would like to see is this lake be given a world status, an opportunity to be a preserve for the century fish.
From Apache Lake, Kyle Simchuk, 12 News.